Hello and welcome to WFAA's online high school sports web show. I'm Reece Kelley Graham. Yes, nobody can have enough football! And with high school sports in DFW being such a hot topic, we decided to make a web show about it. Aren't you excited? This means that you can check back to our high schools page on WFAA.com weekly for all of the high school sports action your heart desires. Or better yet, you can subscribe to WFAA's YouTube channel and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified of every new episode. On this week's show, we're previewing 5 DFW matchups that you need to know about in Week 8. We'll also be revealing our Friday night face-off, and I'll be showing you the coolest thing I saw this week. Without further ado, here's the first episode of WFAA's online high school sports web show. Do you think that's too long of a title?
I'll tell you what, it's not short.
It's not short. Our first matchup of the week is 6th-ranked Highland Park's road game at Mesquite Petite. The Scots, who I'll remind you are the defending Division I state champions, currently sit at the top of the 15-5A leaderboard with 3 wins in district play. Petite suffered its first district loss at the hands of North Forney last week, but the Pirates could do themselves a huge favor by knocking off the defending champs. But that's going to be a very tall order as Highland Park quarterback John Stephen Jones is putting up inhuman numbers, having thrown for over 1,700 yards and 22 touchdowns in just 6 games. That's pretty good. Junior quarterback Dalton Dale is the name on the Petite sideline that you need to know about. Dale leads the Pirates in passing and rushing yards and is the Pirates' biggest scoring threat. We'll stick with some more 5A action for our next matchup, and this time we're talking 2017's District of Doom. Mwah. I'm like Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. That's right, we're talking about Waxahachie and 8th-ranked Mansfield Legacy. 2 teams fighting for position in a district where 7 of the 8 teams are legitimate playoff contenders. Waxahachie quarterback Bryce Salick might be the only quarterback in the area to have thrown more yards than John Stephen Jones, having already thrown for 1,900 yards. Calm down, Bryce. Actually, don't. Just keep doing you, man. Jareth Stearns leads the Indians in rushing and receptions. He's the right hook to Salick's uppercut. And Mansfield Legacy, well, they're just stacked. Jalen Catalon, Grant Johnson, Nathan Rooney, Mason Kinsey, Torian Carter, Clayton Franks, Toby Griffin. The list goes on and on. Now for some 6A action. And yes, we're talking about a team featured in last week's Friday night faceoff. Last week, Mansfield dominated Arlington Martin in the second half to walk away still undefeated with a 27-16 victory. The Tigers' rushing attack is just plain scary, with Avery Chapman, Jacqueline Coleman, KJ Hawkins, Theo Owens, and Cameron Jones running wild over just about everyone. Lamar quarterback Jack Dawson, I love Titanic, is one of the more underrated QBs in the area, having passed for over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns on the season. We're cheating for this next one, because there's 3 games in District 5-6A that you need to watch this week. Trinity's game with LD Bell, Marcus' game at South Lake Carroll, and Hebron's game at Flower Mound all have serious playoff implications. Trinity and Hebron remain undefeated in district play and are duking it out for the district title. South Lake Carroll is looking to re-enter that conversation after dropping a heartbreaker to Trinity 2 weeks ago. Meanwhile, Flower Mound is looking to potentially steal that 4th spot in the playoffs, but needs to start winning now. The race is going to get real interesting. Finally, it's time to announce our Friday night face-off of the week. Drum roll, please. You want me to do it closer to like the mic? Like. Can we get a drum roll sound effect for next week, please? It's Frisco Lone Star at Frisco Wakeland. Yes, we've been wanting to do a game in the Frisco district all season long, and this one has blockbuster written all over it. 5-1 Lone Star is undefeated in district play, its only loss on the season coming in a close game against 3rd-ranked Denton Ryan. Lone Star will face off against a Wakeland team that has been an offensive powerhouse, who at one point was averaging 10 yards per play this season. Finally, it's time for the coolest thing I saw this week. I have a really weird taste in music, Whenever I'm driving to work, I normally find myself singing along with George Strait or bumping to some house music. But every once in a while, an R&B or rap artist catches my attention. And that's exactly what players at Sachse High School did earlier this week. The undefeated Sachse Mustangs, who are currently ranked 6th in the Texas AP rankings, have been destroying everyone. The Mustangs have won all 6 of their games by a combined margin of 315 to 41. After blowing out Garland 74-9 last week, Sachse quarterback Jalen Moose Maiden and teammates Isaiah Humphreys and Chris Washington took to the recording studio to lay down a track about not having enough competition. And the song they made, entitled Sachse U, completely shreds their entire district for not being as good as them. It's brutal, it's unnecessary, and I love it.
This is Sachse U, this is Sachse U, we're the best in Texas, wait, what are you? Yo, this is Sachse U, this is Sachse U, we hope to get some competition real soon. Yeah, this is Sachse U, this is Sachse U.
Seriously, listen to some of these lyrics. Yeah, we Sachse U, yeah, you know it's Moose, ain't played 4 quarters yet, I played 2. We're going to win state, we don't hesitate, been playing the same sorry kids since 8th grade. Ain't nobody stop our offense from scoring. This year, I hope the Rowlett game isn't boring. That game against Rowlett is coming up next week. Maybe Friday night faceoff should hit up Garland. This Mustangs team is probably going to run the table. But hey, if the Mustangs do lose in the regular season, at least we can say that karma got the better of them. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of the WFAA Online High School Sports Show. We've got to work on the name. Please don't forget to subscribe to WFAA's YouTube channel. We're posting a lot of great content there every day, even stuff that isn't sports related. A link to the channel can be found below. Be sure to follow WFAA Sports on Twitter at WFAA Sports. This is where our anchors, writers, and contributors are posting new stories every day. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Reece Kelley G for all your high school sports updates throughout the week. Thanks for watching. Bye.